welcome in, my button mashers, and this is our first stream on everything button mashing. We have we're no longer streaming to any of the Gaggle of Geeks channels. You can now find us all here on the button mashing channels. I will have links and whatnot in the description, so please go check that out. As always, I am your host, the one and only NatesLegend. I hope I'm the only NatesLegend anyway. I would hope no one's taken that at this point. But I'm joined here by Scott. Doodles, how you doing? DaDewdlyDoo. What's going on?
Not much, man. I'm good. I've been playing a bunch of Borderlands, and I've been playing Miles Morales, and recently I've been playing Back 4 Blood. Yeah, so it's been good times.
Back 4 Blood just came out, super exciting stuff, and I'm gonna be honest, I haven't had a chance to play it yet. I had opportunities, but I wanted to play it with you guys, and those opportunities didn't align. So unfortunately, I haven't played it just yet since the beta anyway. So we'll be breaking that down a little bit later on. Yeah, we'll be breaking that down in a second here. But yeah, anyway, quick intro to us. So guys, just wanted to start out by saying you'll notice the huge changes here. New logo, a bit of a different background, some different schemes. You'll notice a lot of it's the same, some tweaks, some modifications, but ultimately, yeah,
some old stuff, some new.
Yeah, trying to kind of bring it and make it a nostalgic, but like at the same time, not like we still want it modernized at the same time. I think is what we were going for. So, yeah. Well, new logo, new studio, new everything. We're rocking and rolling. It's exciting. But anyway, yeah. So just wanted
to for sure.
It is, and we have more changes to come, slowly and surely, but we'll get there as time goes on. For now, let's go ahead and jump right in. We're gonna introduce our guest of the evening here. You guys know him well. It is Jay Moore. Jay, how are you doing today?
Hey guys, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing?
We're good. We're good. What's new with you? What's going on, Jay?
Man,
always better now.
I've been all over the place, guys. I mean, between work and tuning in DC fandom, doing my reactions now, and trying to get my reactions and stuff like that out, and dealing with the sick kid. I'm doing everything I can to survive. But it's always good to be on button mashing. I love being here, so I like the new look, man. Everything looks so good. I mean, look at that logo back there, man.
Look at that. Right? It's
I don't think you guys understand how much level of work Nate put into this. And I'm so happy to see it, man. And it looks really good.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's been a challenge and a journey to try to get it all up in time. Obviously missing the last couple of weeks in order to make it all happen with everything. But you can officially, like I said, you can follow all things button mashing. I'll have the links in the description, and it's its own entity now, and I'm just excited to see where it goes. You guys are here for the journey, and I've been super supportive along the way, and that's what I'm here for. I'm ready to see where this is actually ready to go and what we can do with it. So, I appreciate you. Yeah. I really do. I really do.
Let's jump into how much work you put into the show, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. We have full, like, things are changing. As soon as I can get off my lazy ass, I'll also be able to clean my office better. And we'll have a lot of space, and we can potentially have room for some skits and stuff, and it's gonna be good. Y'all, I'm teasing all sorts of stuff, but for now, remote this week, and that is perfectly okay. All right, let's go ahead here and jump into our, if I can pull everything back up. Also, I do want to point out, guys, Doodles is experiencing a bit of a delay. We're working through it. If it does cut out at all, we apologize.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot better than
it's going to be a really odd timed interjection. But you know what? I feel like the words came out at a good time that time. So it's kind of weird that I said it then.
Yeah, no, you're good. So it's caught up a lot. It has caught up a lot. So I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Which is good to hear. Okay, let's jump into our think about it question, guys. As always.
Riddle me this.
updated everything. I actually did. I went through, and so it's the same intro, new logos. That's all I did. All right, guys. So your think about it question today. You both have had a chance to think about it, and guys, we posted it on Facebook. If you haven't had a chance, like the page. I'll be posting them every week. I want to hear your responses. We're gonna throw your responses up. Really, especially your best responses. So, please, by all means, comment on that. For now, we're gonna start with the question itself. What game have you put the most hours into? How many hours have you put into it? And what made the game so worth it to put that many hours in? I am going to start with let's go Jay today. Jay,
All right.
what's your game? What do you have for us?
Oh man, I hate to say it, and it's not a game that I would have wanted to put all of this in on, but I have to say the one that I spent the most time on is Destiny. But not Destiny 2.
Not 2.
I'm talking about
Destiny, huh?
I'm talking about Destiny as a collective. Destiny's been out since 2014. And it's the only game that I've been really more consistent in because of the people that I've been playing with since 2015. So I've been constantly on this. I would say the hours that I put in on this game equal out to more than at least 4,000 to 5,000 hours.
Ooh,
in that time.
That is
well, here's the thing though. There's a lot to do in this game now, So
there's always new content, especially if you're looking at the collective, right?
Right.
Doodle, go ahead.
Collective between D1 and D2, it's a lot, So yeah,
Doodles,
Destiny,
I was just gonna say, I wanted to add on. I'm sorry, I was just gonna say, Destiny. I played the vaults on the first one, and I just remember having so much fun with my friends, and I actually missed that. I wanna get back on and play it sometime. We should play, Jay.
Well, they just brought back the Vaulted Glass, so yeah, it's not.
Ben, I'm here for it. That's one that I have. We tried to play it together, Doodles, didn't we? I
think we did try it that one time.
One time, yep. I think that's all that we tried with Destiny 2, but that's because I was upset with Destiny 1. That's a whole thing, nonetheless. All right, progressing on. Doodles, what about you? Which game would you say you have the most hours in?
I think the most hours for me in a game is got to be Dark Souls 3. It was the first of the Soulsborne series. I'm gonna mess with this light later. It was the first of the Soulsborne series, and that I had the chance to play, and it was my favorite. Sweet Christmas is my main character that I use. He's my favorite character. I got him to like level, I don't know, almost 300. He's amazing, and I've had I don't know how many playthroughs I've beat the game on with him. So yeah.
Hey, that seems like a logical answer for you. Like that, have you ever looked at someone and like based off of their games that they have played in the past, right? Because I know you fairly well with your games. That is the least surprising answer that could have come out of your mouth. The least surprising answer.
What, the next one?
Okay, go with the next
one.
Yeah, let's hear the surprising one.
All right, shout out to Nate, because I know you want to talk about it today. Spider-Man 1, first game I platinumed in the last 5 years. That was probably the next.
That actually is surprising. That is a little bit surprising. And the reason for that is actually because of my answers. So I have 3 total answers here, and they're for various reasons. All right. So my first answer is Diablo 3. I started Diablo 3, PS3, Xbox 360. I had it for both systems. I was playing with people on both systems constantly. I had racked up thousands of hours by the time the PS4 came out. And Xbox One. And we upgraded and we played and we played and we played. And I have another couple, probably 1,000 hours on those 2 as well. So by far Diablo 3 just through the extension. And I actually have it downloaded on my PS5 as well. I guess it's over there now. I have it on my PS5 downloaded as well. So there's probably the good answer. But the other 2 that come to mind are Rocket League, because I don't actually know how many hours I have in that. That's another one that's transcended quite a few generations of consoles. But at the same time, like, I never really had a way of counting and tracking how much time I had until recently. So it's like, yeah, all right. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is the one that that's the one that I dove into, and that is the.
Yeah.
You guys know what hyperfix? Y'all know what hyperfixation is. At least Doodles, you know what that is, right?
I know what that is. Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
fantastic. Hyperfixation. Just, I mean, it's just as it sounds. It's hyperfixating on something, and it became my hyperfixation, and I have never fallen down a hyperfixation hole quite like that. Like it didn't take me as long to be God of War, right? So it's I didn't have that much time, but like this one, I put so many hours into in such a short amount of time. It was ridiculous. So those are my 3 answers. I know that was long-winded. I apologize.
All the rabbit holes in Valhalla.
There is one thing I do want to say. We need to give a big round of applause for Nate, because Nate finally got himself a PlayStation 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay! It's been a minute, but yeah, I finally I think we showed it off one week.
Announced it. You showed it off.
Yeah,
I'm still mad at him. He's got the disc version.
I know.
I'm so jealous, man. That's all. I'm so happy for you. Get this. Oh man, I just got digital. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna be a hater. It's cool though. I'm proud.
It's fine. It's fine. You don't have to be upset. We can.
I've been wanting to say that on air for so long.
Fine.
Sorry, Nate. I think we lost Nate. But yeah. Moving on.
Yeah, am I here still? I think I'm here.
You are still here, yes. You are still here.
Yeah,
but
so,
it's crazy.
You know, I'm
Destiny was really that
version.
game for me.
Like, yeah, Destiny was sweet.
Yeah.
What was your main? Did you do Titan or did you do Hunter?
When I was
or did you do Warlock?
in Destiny 1, I did a combination between Warlock and Hunter. But I finished D1 as a Hunter, and I told myself if they make a second game, which they did, I will go in and I would be a Titan. So I've been a Titan main ever since, because if they come out with a third game, I was gonna play, unfortunately, as the dress-wearing Hunter. Warlock. But since they haven't come out with a third game, it's been a great thing, because now I don't have to bother wearing a dress, to cheat and all this other good stuff, because we all know that Warlocks are the epitome of all evil in Destiny, especially in Destiny 1 when they had the self-revive after
the self-revive.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Oh yeah, it was back and murder people. Much. Going back to Nate's point real quick on Diablo, I wanted to elaborate on that one as well, because me and him played that game multiple playthroughs,
right?
And it's to the point where I was playing seasons, and he didn't want to join on the seasons because he was burnt out on story. But it is one that we played so much. Diablo was a really fun game for us.
Diablo was a really great game. Definitely was. Well, Scott, where do you want to take it?
Let's go. Have you heard anything on the Xbox mini fridge?
No, this is actually the first I've heard about it.
Okay, so if you look
saw
it
Nate
up,
mentioned it earlier. I can.
Yes, the Xbox mini fridge. It's going on sale on October 19th, and it's like $100, $99.
$100? That thing's gonna sell out quick.
Yeah, it's gonna go. It's kind of like a meme item almost, if my understanding's correct. I'm just like looking into it now, because I'm not as good at looking up news as Nate is. So this is what we're doing. But it looks really awesome. I'm looking at pictures of it right now, and if I go to share the image.
Oh, dude, that thing looks kind of dope. It literally looks like an Xbox One X, Xbox Series X. I'm looking at the images now myself.
There's also the 20-year Xbox controller. They announced the 20-year anniversary controller.
Now that I did see. Yes, that I did see, and I think it's a good thing. I feel like they're taking it back to the way that it should have been a while ago with Xbox. The one thing I do like about it is, and especially as I look at the Xbox mini fridge, is they stayed with the original green that was used when the first Xbox came out. You understand?
Yes, they
You
stayed
know what I
on
mean? Like,
theme.
yeah, they stayed on theme, and I thought that was really good of them to do, and I like that aspect of it. And I think the controller looks comfortable. You know,
It
it
does look
looks
like it's
entertaining.
giving.
You
It
know,
kind
like
of reminds me of the original Xbox controller.
right.
And that's
And
I
I
like
was just
that.
getting ready to say, like, it had that similarity to the
Yeah.
old Xbox controller. The only thing that's missing is the white, the clear, and the black button. You know what I mean? Like that used to be there
Yeah.
on the
Oh,
first
yeah, the
Xbox
random.
controller.
Yeah,
Just a
they had, like,
little
2 select buttons and 2 start buttons just off.
right, like with Halo, one it turned on a flashlight or something like that, and then it didn't, and then
Oh,
I
that's right.
forgot what the black one was. You know what I mean? So you know, it had its functions, but I think that was a very creative way with that controller. But that controller was huge. It was bulky as hell.
It
I,
was
I didn't.
giant.
It
Yeah.
reminded me more
It's kinda
of like
funny.
how the Dreamcast controller kind of looked when it first came
See, I
out.
like that you say that because it reminds me of, the original Xbox controller is huge, and the original PlayStation controller is just so small, and they've both evolved to be kind of like they're almost the same now. They're getting to be very
Right.
similar in, like, yeah.
Hey guys.
So welcome back,
So
Nate. Hey, how
welcome
you
Hey,
back,
doing,
what
man?
Nate.
what happened there?
I don't
What
know if
did
you
I
just so
miss?
you know,
Oh, yeah.
we talked about the mini fridge and we talked about the 20-year
You
anniversary. Did you have anything you wanted to say about these 2
oh my
things?
goodness. I mean, I had this all prepped and ready to go for us if it
That thing,
helps. There's that
that
mini
thing
fridge for
does
you.
Yeah, show
look
us what you got,
good.
man. Let's see it.
Yeah, check that out. So I just wanted to, show you guys the mini
Yes,
fridge.
so there it is.
Yeah. And then you said you also talked to the controller?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Got
so
Got the
here's the
controller,
controller
yes.
as well. Okay, now we all
See,
get to
that
see it.
looks so dope,
Um,
though. Look at that.
so
It just
do you
reminds
guys
me of the
you
original
guys would
Xbox
you want
controller.
one
I
of
love it.
those? Would you
Mm-hmm.
want one of those then?
I wouldn't
Like,
lie. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah?
for the
You'd be jealous if one of your friends
is it
happened to
for the
have
one
one
or
of
is it for
those.
the new console?
You want to know something? As I look at
Nah,
this
I
controller
don't play
more,
jealousy no more. I'm just happy for my friends nowadays.
I
do you know
pre-ordered.
what I look at when I see this controller? Like they took a page out of PlayStation's book, because you guys remember when PlayStation came out with uh the 2 terabyte PS4, the clear blue controller.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's what this reminds me of.
I mean, to be
Yeah.
fair, clear things have not exactly been a new it's not really a new concept. You look at the clear phones that you could make as a kid, you like, oh god, nostalgia.
Yeah.
Anywho, the clear
You
controllers,
guys
the
remember the
transfer
glow
controllers are
controllers back
great.
in the day for, like, GameCube? Like, the ones that would,
Yes.
like,
Yes.
light up?
They still make those. Yeah, they still make
They were
them.
Yeah.
never
They
the
do.
They
best
still do.
as far as, like, button sensitivity, but they were just really fun and cool.
Right?
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
I agree. Anyway, okay, so yeah, I just want to show you guys those, and I did want to brag just a little bit. So almost brag a little bit. I do have to point out the reason for all of this. My dog chewed up a controller, one of my controllers.
Oh
The
no.
next day,
Oh, man.
they announced this controller. I already needed one because my wife and I play together quite often. I already needed one, so I put in a pre-order for it, and I was able to get one of these. So
Hey,
I'll show you. We'll have to see how it looks when it actually comes in.
are we gonna see
Yay.
our first ever button mashing
Congrats,
unboxing?
man. That's
I
awesome.
think
Oh,
so.
do we want to do it as that? I mean, I hadn't thought about that, but I mean, we can if that's the route you guys want to go.
Let's do
We'll
it.
cross
I
that
would.
bridge if and when we
Yeah.
get there, because I don't know if I'm gonna be. I have ADHD, y'all, heavy, and I don't think I can let a package just sit there that long. Like that would eat me alive inside. I don't think I could do it. I don't know.
No, I mean you could do it
You
on
would
your
just be like,
own.
"I
You
gotta
don't. You
open
don't
it.
On
even
my
I
own,
need.
gotta
do it as a
I
separate.
gotta
It would have to
open
be a
it."
separate thing. Yeah, it would have to be a separate thing. Anywho, all right. More
Yep.
news. Thank you guys so much for carrying that. By the way, just as an FYI as to what happened, my internet went out. I don't know why. No context. Other than there was a little bit of wind, and I don't know. Comcast is or Xfinity is. Anywho, So thank you guys. You guys did awesome. That's
Hello.
fantastic. I love you guys.
yeah.
You're wonderful. Moving on to more. However,
man.
we do have Nintendo announcing. So they announced they're making Nintendo 64 games as a part of the Switch Online service. It will be $50 a year. All right. I see emotions. Jay, how do you feel about this?
I'm a little upset about this. I think that
Okay.
this is the most stupidest move that they could have ever done. And I'm going
Why?
to tell you why. Because one, I like the whole aspect of their Nintendo Home thing for 8
Okay.
people. Okay, that's fine. But 8 people plus these N64 Sega games, that's not a lot. It's like a handful of N64 games, a handful of Sega games
Okay.
for how much was it? 59.99.
It's 50 a
50.
year. So
It's
my question with
50 a
that
year.
is it's the full catalog or how in depth is this?
No.
It is
Nintendo
not
64
it is
games?
not the full catalog, and that's why I'm mad. Like if they gave like maybe half of the catalog for N64, then this wouldn't be such a big issue. If they gave half the catalog for Sega, then no, this would not be a big issue. But to me, if you're
Well,
going
I wonder if
to,
they're going to work on the rotation.
well, I mean, that is also TBD, to be determined. So but on initial launch, you have 8 people. If you even have 8 people in your household that will, or people who are going to kick down money to join this whole thing, you know what I mean? But 50 is a big stretch. I
Yeah.
prefer to see this be $49.99 and then maybe, $45. I mean, $40 and then maybe $45 for the games that you're getting. And then for just one person in a household, let that be like let that be like $39.99 or something like that. Like make the difference close but not too close, but also give it a better price point for what you're getting.
Let's expand on that. I want to expand on that for a second. So couple things with it. So yes, it is a very interesting price point sitting at $50. It's, if I recall, I'm sorry, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that's less than PlayStation and Xbox for a year subscription, if we could verify that. But look at Metroid Dread. That is a $60 game. Now, the reason this comes to mind is because everybody was upset that a platformer game or game like that can basically be selling for $60 when in all, like, wow, I just totally lost my train of thought, guys. I'm sorry. Let me recollect for a second.
Yeah, it's about
And
50 each.
Metroid Dread is currently at a higher price point than many people anticipated. So I'm wondering if Nintendo is in general increasing that the price points for everything. Is this going to become the new norm? Whew, I got it out. All right, I ADHD through it. Doodles, what were you going to say through that? I'm sorry, my man.
You're good. No, you're fine. I was going to say, I'm wondering if it was more, okay, so I was thinking about the rotation as much, because like, it's like we have emulators now for Game Boys that you can, I'm not saying go do whatever, I'm not here to say do crimes, don't do crimes. But there are emulators for like Game Boys and stuff, and that's not too far before N64. So if you're gonna have all of the games, I feel like data wise, it's not that hard to put a huge selection of Nintendo 64 games onto a platform.
Especially when you
So
look at
I'm
Game
wondering
Pass,
if
how
it's
many
going, how
are there?
much content. Right. I'm wondering if Nintendo is going to put more games onto it since they are going for the $50 a year price point. I'm curious. I'm curious to see what games show up.
Should be good. It should be good. Jay, anything else to add on our thoughts? Yeah.
Actually, to answer Scott's question, we have Mario Kart 64, Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda, Star Fox 64, Mario Tennis, Super Mario 64, Dr. Mario 64, Yoshi's Story, Wind Pack Covert Operations, and Sin and Punishment.
So
And then
is that all of it?
That's all that's coming when that drops. Yes.
Yeah, that's a little high of a price point for those games.
I
Thank
feel
you.
like you should pad the
Yeah,
drop
I
a
see
little
what you're
more.
saying.
I feel like you should I agree there. That's what I'm saying. I feel like you should definitely be pushing more content with the drop, the initial
Right. And
release for sure.
apparently, for the online play, they have available also, I'm sure for a separate price point, is the N64 controller that you can use with the
Yeah,
Nintendo Switch.
it's all a part of that expansion. I don't know. We'll have to see kind of how they play it moving forward, but we do want to we'll keep things kind of rolling a little bit here. I apologize. We have a couple more things that we do have to talk
I'm
about.
excited for this
Couple more.
next one.
I'm really excited. That's really what I'm doing. It's why I wore this shirt. I know it's a different logo than what it's supposed to be. It's the wrong DC, but I wore it for a reason. Yeah, guys, DC fandom was this weekend. Jay, I know you watched it. I had a chance. I was able to watch it. Doodles, were you able to watch it?
No, I missed it.
It's okay. Did you hear any of
No.
the big ones?
I've seen some stuff on streaming platforms. I'm not sure what was announced in fandom.
All right. So there was so much, Jay, so much that was announced.
I
Oh my
watched this
goodness.
from beginning to end
It
to
was so
see a few
long.
things, and it was
How did
long.
you do that? How'd you make it through?
I got home at 5 o'clock yesterday morning, and then got up, and that when I first sent you that message yesterday, and man, I was drained afterwards. But I was excited because I got to see the things that I wanted to see, and finally get an update on what me and you, all of us actually have all been wanting to see.
All been looking for. Yep.
Yeah, and I gotta say, man, suicide kills the Justice League. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What am I kidding? What am I kidding? We're talking about Gotham Knights here,
we
okay?
can kind of break down. There were a lot of announcements, and we like all things geek here. So, everything from the Batman. We got a trailer for the Batman. We got to see Aquaman. I mean, basically what's on your screen here. I mean, we got the Flash, we got Black Adam, we got Titans, which I just want to point out, I'm going to put it on the record. I don't like what Titans is doing. It's been 3 seasons and we have yet to see the Titans as a team in full force. I'm throwing that one. I'm putting it on the record. I'm upset with Titans. Yeah, what were your Jay, what was, in your opinion, the biggest announcement out of fandom?
The biggest announcement for me actually was 2 things.
Okay.
It was Young Justice Phantoms.
Okay.
I was definitely interested.
First 2 episodes are up now,
which they are, and I have yet to watch them. The only reason why I haven't watched them is because I was preparing for the show and I don't want to be distracted.
That's fair.
But the second was definitely Gotham Knights. That was the main thing I wanted to see out of this, and I got way more than I was expecting for this. And also, if you tune in to Jay Moore's channel later on this week, I'm going to have a coworker come on, and we are going to talk about a lot of everything that we saw here on DC Fandom.
Dope. Definitely looking forward to that.
I might see if maybe NatesLegend and also Scott the DaDewdlyDoo would like to join in that conversation later. So we'll see.
We'll have some conversations. All right. Yeah. Doodles, what about you? Based off what you've seen, what are you most excited for that came out of fandom?
From what I've seen, I'm really excited to see what happens with Robert Pattinson and Batman. So I still stand where I was. I wish he was Nightwing, whatever. But
I agree. I think he'd make a better Nightwing. I do.
But I am really excited to see him as Batman, and the advertising that they've been putting out has been so solid, and I am anticipating this one.
Oh, it's gonna be good. Are you not a fan of it there? Jay, are you not a fan of Robert?
It's not that I'm not a fan of Robert Pattinson, which I like him as an actor after Twilight, but it didn't really strike me like I thought it was going to. Yes, it looks good and the action looks amazing, but to me, that wasn't the breakout. I think the breakout
Okay.
out of everything here was Michael Keaton, man. He came back
Flash.
and I
Flash.
in the Flash, and I think Flash really took it. And second to that would have to be Black Adam. So I'm really
Gotcha.
All right.
I
That's
I
fair.
really got I really got to go with Michael Keaton on this one. You just can't break a legend. You
I'm
can't.
actually surprised. I will be honest. I'm surprised we got Flash content at all. That has been an absolute nightmare of a movie ever since it no, and it looks like you all right there, Doodles.
We still got you, Doodles.
All right. So I'm surprised the Flash has just been a nightmare of a show, like movie, ever since it's been announced. It's had director changes or casting changes and scandals, and I honestly wasn't sure it was ever going to happen. So, that is definitely the surprise of fandom for me. But if I'm honest with you, meh. I just after seeing the trailer, I don't know if they're gonna do it justice. I don't know. Yeah.
I have a feeling that there are going to be a lot of twists and turns in this.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
It should be good.
I think I think it'll be good.
We'll have to see where
Um,
things go. But let's go ahead. Let's as Doodles is gonna go ahead and get his stuff all figured out, and he'll join us as soon as he is ready. Let's go ahead and break down the video game side of this then and talk the two big ones that were announced and that we have really been anticipating. We're going to start with Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League.
that
What
looks
are your thoughts?
exciting. That looks
Yeah?
exciting.
Okay.
After
All right.
seeing that
Go ahead.
trailer, that was just like watching Harley Quinn season 3, the reveal for that. That looked really exciting to see them interacting the way they're looking, but I can tell they're not going to kill the Justice League. Let's just call it what it is.
Mm,
But based off of what we saw, but it
okay.
does look like they are going to find a way to help the Justice League, even
Mm,
though all of them at one point tried to kill them in their own story arcs. Nate, what's going on? What do you say? What's going on in your head there?
I'm not I'm not excited for it. It
I'm
looks
actually am.
okay. I'm sorry. All right, here's my issues with it. Okay, I'm not impressed with what I saw. The animation style on it, it looked very thrown together, very forced, very copy paste from the movies. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set a preface here. I didn't like the Suicide Squad. I did not like the Suicide Squad.
I didn't like it
Okay? I
either.
didn't like it. I don't like the fact that it's now this it's the rage, right? Everybody loved this last movie so much. It feels like even though this game has been in development for so long,
Mm-hmm.
it feels like this is just jumping on the bandwagon and it's bleeding the Suicide Squad cow dry. And meh, I don't know. Maybe I'm just over Suicide Squad, but I don't know. That's kind of my take on it. My biggest worry or my biggest thought with it though is it is a Rocksteady title. All right, I'll give it that much. It's a Rocksteady title.
Yeah,
You're gonna do it
that took me for a doozy too.
which actually brings me into my second point here. Which is, or our second game, which is Gotham Knights, which is interestingly enough not a Rocksteady title. All right, we're gonna get to that in a second here. Jay, what were your thoughts on this one?
Are we talking Gotham Knight?
Gotham Knights. Yep. What are your thoughts?
About damn time.
Yeah.
What we saw was a lot of gameplay that we needed to see a while ago.
Yeah.
This was exciting.
Okay.
This was definitely good, and I'm super stoked for it. And I like the commentary that they were giving while they were showing certain scenes of the actual game, which lets me know, yes, they did good by letting this game stay, delay this game another year. They did good by doing this because if you're gonna release a game, especially in the DC universe, especially in the Batman universe, you better make sure that shit is damn good. And I think what they're doing here is an amazing job, and what they were trying to recreate from the comic books, the animated series, the former Arkham games. They're making this really action packed. You have 4 characters you can use, and we got to see all of them somewhere, somehow, in some action.
We did,
and we finally get to. We finally get the Court of Owls in a video game, and that's something.
Okay. In general, getting Court of Owls, we just don't have a lot of, like, other than comics, we don't have a lot of Court of Owls stuff. It's like one movie, maybe some references, but if you don't know the story of the Court of Owls, I definitely recommend looking it up. It's this whole society that's been created, and the way they're setting it up, and they went into it in the fandom, is basically, all of this is happening directly under Bruce's nose. He doesn't know about it. It's this whole society that's just been watching, and now, essentially, from what it seems, Bruce is gone, right? Like, that's kind of where we're at with the story itself. Bruce is gone. Court of Owls are swooping in. I don't know, man. Okay,
I have a strong feeling that Bruce is with the Court of Owls right now.
Let's full circle this. Yes, absolutely, I agree with you. But why this? Okay, Bruce is gone. Why is this not a continuation of the Arkham series? And if it is actually, in fact, a continuation of the Arkham series, why is Rocksteady not doing it?
That is a great question. That sounds like more like a think about it question, Nate. Damn.
I want it.
That's a great question.
All right. I'm doing no headset, so no mic. How do I sound?
Sound great.
Sound all right.
Perfect.
I love it. We worked through
dumb move. Why wasn't it another thing? I'm like, I feel like it should have been too. Sure. I don't want to just join the I don't feel good about it thing, but it would have been cool to be kind of tie the bow onto the end of the Arkham Knight series. I feel like it would have been cool.
I don't know. I'm very torn on it. It looked so much better than Suicide Squad, in my opinion, which is hard for me to say because I do love Rocksteady and what they've put out with Batman as a whole. So, yeah, I don't know. It feels weird, but and to loop back to your point, you're theorizing that Bruce is a part of the Court of Owls. Being a Rocksteady game, I am 100% behind that theory. Even more so, but it's because it's Rocksteady. That's almost a little too obvious, right? Rocksteady is ready to throw us a twist. And I'm hoping that it's not that simple. I really do hope that it's something major, and it's a kick in the excuse me, it's not Rocksteady. Pardon me.
Warner Brothers.
With it being Court of Owls, I really hope they're able to throw a wrench in this. Sorry, I got those mixed up for a second.
And you want to know something too? I hope they do this. I hope they do this game a little bit more justice than they did with Arkham Origins. That's the only thing that I pray. I pray that they do this more.
I'd forgotten that game existed for so long, Jay. I'd forgotten. I didn't. It'd been blocked out. Why do you bring it to the spotlight?
Because it's the same studio.
It is the same studio, and that's what scares me.
And that's what, And I hate to bring that up, but I mean, we have to face the facts here.
It's okay. So I've said it before with Arkham Origins, right? It feels dirty. It feels like I'm cheating on the Arkham series when I play that game. You found a doppelganger of your wife, and so suddenly it's okay. That's what it feels like. That's my issue, and I really hope we don't fall into that same pitfall. Really hope we don't. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead, and I think that covers everything for the fandom. Let's close this down, bring us back. I'm gonna take over this spot. You know what? We're gonna put Mr. J or Mr. Scott back up here. Whew, that is a very long breaking news segment. That was
That was an
interesting.
intense one.
It was great. I love it. But it brings us to our main topic of the day. Guys, we're
Main
just going
topic.
through a recap today, which this is why I was okay with it, because it's today we're just going through trying to find those games that we have already spoken about, something that we've already talked about on the show. We have so many episodes that have been out now. We've been at this for pretty much a year at this point. That's why I'm doing it about this time, is we've been at this for about a year. Real close. I want to say within a couple of weeks. So wanted to do a quick recap of kind of games that we've spoken about. So I've given you've all submitted a list of games to me. What we're looking for today is any updates to these games. You know, has there been any progress in your own personal story? Is there anything special about, any new updates that may have come out for the game? Why do you keep playing this game? Any updates like that. Just want to try to break, open conversation about all of our games, because it's not like we just stop playing after we're done with the episode. I mean, we give our review and then you gotta finish it out. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in with the big one. We're going to start with Scott's list, actually, with Doodle's list. Big reason for that is because of the biggest game release that's come out recently, Back for Blood. Doodles, so this is your game. Tell us about it. How is it? What's it like?
So we played it in the demo and we had a lot of fun. I
Mhm.
remember this. I had
You did.
some good times on the demo. I want to say that it did not represent just how bullshit it can be sometimes. I
Oh,
haven't beat the first act yet. This game is hard. Get ready to be upset because it's a rough game.
really?
I love it.
Is it-
This is not me
Now,
saying it's a bad game because I love
Okay.
this game. I'm
now
enjoying it. I'm having so much fun.
is the reason why you haven't been able to beat the first act because you've been playing with a bunch of random
That
blueberries?
was literally the question I was about to ask. That same question. Is it
Well,
because we haven't played together yet?
I think so. I think I played once and we got up to that point, and then we died, and then I tried to play it with randoms, and it didn't quite work out.
So the blueberries really screwed you over. Huh?
Yeah, the blubberies, they got in the way,
I mean,
and I
I
got
guess it is
one.
what it is. We'll have to get in and actually play that one. So tell us about it. So it differs from the beta quite a bit. Tell us about your actual experience playing it. What does it feel like? What's it like? I
My
haven't played it yet.
favorite
What's it
part
like?
so
Okay.
far is the card system
Okay.
because it almost acts as if like if you've played Smite or anything
Okay.
like that, where you can like buff your stats and then you can just keep going. Well, you
Mhm.
unlock cards as you go, and the more you play the game, you earn these points that you can spend on cards, and you unlock them kind of like Call of Duty style with the lists of things
The
in the
CP points.
subcategories.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you earn like all the things, you complete the thing. Yeah, I'm saying
Hmm.
thing a lot. But
Okay.
yeah, I like the card system, and they do a good job
Did
of like
they
varying
They
with
expand the
what you
card
can get.
system? Sorry, I don't mean
So,
to interrupt, but did they expand the card system at all? Are there more than what was in the beta?
a lot. Yeah,
A lot more? Dope, that's what I
yeah.
like to hear. Just wanted
I
to
have a
confirm.
card
Please
that's
keep
called
going, continue.
Vitamins, and it gives you 15 more health. It's just a
Okay.
random card you get. It plays a lot like the trading card games that we played when we were kids, so it's like it's awesome. And
Huh.
that's probably my favorite part of it.
How do the weapons feel compared to, say, I say its predecessors, it's not technically a sequel, but compared to Left 4 Dead and for Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, how does it compare? Is it actually a step up from it? Or does it feel like a full different game? What are your
It
vibes?
kind of stepped more towards the Call of Duty side, I think, where they jumped in, and it's more um they have 2 LMGs, they have like 6 shotguns, and then they have a list of assault rifles. They have a decent amount of pistols as well. And
Okay.
the melee weapons are really they're nothing to sleep on either. The fire axe is probably one of the most lethal weapons in the game. Yeah, it does a lot of damage, but the cosmetics on each of these items are cool too. So there's a lot of stuff that you can kind of just find yourself, spending time in, just looking at all the different things they've added to the game. They've definitely fleshed it out.
When you say cosmetics, are they cosmetics that you can earn in the game, or are they cosmetics that you have to pay for?
I don't think you have to pay for them. I think you earn them in gameplay. I'd have to double check on that because I haven't. I don't remember right now how you unlock the cosmetics.
That's
Okay,
fair.
we'll have to. Yeah, we'll have to
They're
look that one
basically
up.
just gun skins is what I'm referring to. There are appearance items as well for each character, for each individual character as well.
Fair.
Dope.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty cool though.
So, when it comes to progressing through, one of the biggest issues that I had, we'd play for about an hour, get through quite a few different maps, and it was still only halfway done, right? Like it was like a 16 map or 16 safe house beta run, right? Have they cut that back at all? Is it one that you can jump in and quickly play a few rounds, or is it a you're
Well,
dedicating to
you get rewards off each round you play, and
Okay.
they do treat it kind of like separate matches at that point,
Okay.
to an extent. But yeah, it's a lot quicker rewarding, but it is the
So
level is massive. Like it's still huge.
okay.
I
I
haven't beat
did
the first level yet.
So I was able to watch Jeremy play. For those that are familiar with the show, that is, of course, Jeremy Duke Mumford. He's on pretty regularly. Hi, Jeremy. Love you.
Hey, Jeremy.
Sorry you weren't able to make it on today. We were hoping to have
I
him,
did
but
it.
it happens. It is what it is, and we hope everything's going well for him. Nonetheless, I was able to. He was streaming on. We were all supposed to stream, and it just kind of fell through the cracks. But the he was streaming on launch night, and I did notice it is similar to Left 4 Dead, where it is eight safe houses. So you basically have two, 8 acts, I guess. I don't know. I think that's what it was anyway.
Damn, that's a lot.
There was
It's a little more
a bunch of safe
was definitely more.
houses. I think it went like 6 stops and then 3 stops, and there was another 3 stops before the first level was even done. So if that gives you
Jeez.
any idea of how long the freaking level is, it's huge.
Okay, well, okay, so it is massive. That's good to know. At least you know what you're going to be getting into, knowing that it's longer. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to play it. We are going to try to get on and play and do a stream of it or something along these lines. I will at least be streaming it here sometime within the next week, so that'll be fun. My only question about it: how is it playing with randoms? Like, because they announced it's releasing without a single player offline mode, which is upsetting to me because that's how I like to play these games. But what's it like playing with randoms?
It can be frustrating
Okay.
when they don't want to get in the safe house. It's just is what it is.
Fair.
Fortunately, if you play on recruit, the friendly fire isn't there. At least I'm pretty sure it's not there.
Fair.
I haven't been able to kill my teammates yet.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I was shooting at a teammate of mine because they wouldn't get into the safe room. I spent 5 minutes trying to get him to go in. I ended up leaving the match. It's all good.
Absolutely hate that. Hate
Yep.
it. The worst. Try
What are you
not
gonna
to do
do?
that, guys. Be better about it. All right, we want to talk more games. All right, so you had one
Yeah,
more
let's
game
go.
you wanted to update us on. So Miles Morales, you said you had some hot takes for some Miles Morales.
I have
What
a
do
little
you
bit of
have
hot
for us?
takes, but it really depends on how far I can go
Oh.
in on story stuff. So
Mhm.
how are you guys feeling about that?
Uh,
I'm gonna go no spoilers. Okay. Here's
spoilers.
the deal. All right. The writing in this game is a lie, and it makes me mad.
Mm,
You are told a thing the
okay.
whole time that it is your fault, when it is not your fault. It is the person telling you it's your fault's fault.
It's classic gaslighting. Classic gaslighting.
The worst, and it fills the whole story, and it makes me so mad the
Jay, what
whole
are your
time because
thoughts?
it just doesn't. They don't do Miles justice. They really paint him into a really bad corner.
They really make him out to be a bad dude, and it seems like the only person that's on his side is the radio person.
Yeah.
The person that does the announcements.
Danicast.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
she seems to be the only person who
And
believes
Genki.
and Dank. Yeah, exactly. And it's
Hmm.
just like, help this man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember Parker going through all this. Why is Morales
Mhm.
going through all this? You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
this
Yeah.
is bullshit.
It was
But
a tough.
in this universe though, because you got to remember this is a completely different universe. So
Mhm.
in order to overcome everything that he has to go through, he has to get a little bit of shade. He has to get a little bit of heat, even if we don't agree with JJ. But still, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's fair. I think a lot of it comes with um just the position that he's left in after the last game, and it's like you
Right.
really. I mean, the good parts about Miles Morales is you get to see where they were writing, like where they left off with each character, and they really flesh out their stories.
Mhm.
But the big thing about the game, the reason why I wanted to talk about it this time is I'm planning on platinuming it
Ooh,
because
okay.
while I may have issues with writing, the game itself is really fun. It's
Amen.
it's still an
It's fair.
awesome game, and I can play it for hours without a problem. I still think it was one of my favorite releases of the year.
I love
So
it.
Very
yeah,
nice.
Dope. Well, I love it. Those were the two that you submitted to me, and I know you've been hyping them up this entire time. It's been fantastic. So, Back
oh,
for
last
Blood is
thing, performance
yeah.
graphics on Miles Morales have been just killer update. The
I don't have
greatest
it.
thing to ever
I want
happen to
to
me.
get it. I need it on sale first.
Yeah,
It's yeah, yeah. Anyway,
yeah, fair
Jay,
enough.
let's talk yours for a minute here. If y'all didn't see, and I apologize if my camera goes out. Apparently, it's running low on batteries. Y'all got to see that, unfortunately. Anywho, so before we get to before that happens, I do want to cover everybody. So, Jay, couple for you. We got Call
Yes.
of Duty. What's happening there? We got a lot coming on. We got a new episode. We'll have an episode on called the new Call of Duty coming up soon.
Yes.
What's happening though? What's new updates? All sorts of new stuff.
There are so many updates, but before I do that, Nate, I am actually going to give you your very own copy of Miles Morales. As I've already beaten this game, I will be putting this in the mail probably tomorrow
Well,
for you, so you can have it throughout the week.
I
So you
appreciate
don't
that.
have to worry about that. But back
Oh,
to the
I love
topic
you.
at hand.
I love you.
Back to the topic at hand here. The Call of Duty has made some strides. We've been dealing with nothing but cheaters. We'll be in the top 10
Really?
and we're still getting knocked. That was all until last week. And I'm glad that I wanted to bring this up because there's a new anti-cheat coming out. It's called Ricochet. And Ricochet is supposed to be a self-learning, self-taught way to detect cheating software within the game's parameters. And they are making that switch also for hardware. So if you're using like a Cronus Max to try to combat PC cheaters and stuff like that, you will no longer be able to use them like you thought. Now, yes, they can still be used, but you'll automatically get like a black screen or something like that, according from what we've heard. I'm super stoked about that.
Yeah,
Read
that's
an article that said that that Ricochet was hacked very quickly. Is that true? I don't know any validity to
This
that.
morning there was a press release from Activision themselves saying that that was a press release. That was supposed to be sent out because they're really trying to get deep down before they put it on people's systems, before they put it on people's computers, their consoles. They want to make sure that it is not broken. So right now they are finishing up the testing phase, and that was just a press release to do so, so that they can detect all these things. So this was intentional, and I literally read the article right before I actually texted you this morning. So yeah, that was supposed to happen, and that was what I was hoping what was going on. So that and my second game, might as well get into that because Call of Duty is definitely going to have to be its own episode after Vanguard because
and we'll get into all of it because I have we have Call of Duty coming out, we got Battlefield coming out. We're gonna put those into an episode and just go some bang bang, shoot them up for a little bit. So
yeah, I definitely have the pre-order for Vanguard. I would like to see where that's going for. But Destiny is the other game that I chose because that's kind of the game that I'm on constantly. That game is making Lots of improvements as well. Sorry, it looks like a car outside might have hit someone.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Oh no, never mind. False
Okay. I
alarm.
was gonna say, do I need to throw the not so breaking news up?
Yeah, not so breaking news. No.
Not so breaking news. Oh, no. What's happening?
my heart just fluttered right here. Sorry. But no, back to what I was saying. Destiny is getting ready to sunset Forsaken. Forsaken was the DLC that came out 2 years ago. Which was also the death of our very own Cade 6, who was a hunter. But they're getting ready to sunset that whole DLC because they're making room for the new expansion, The Witch Queen, which is coming out February 22nd of 2024. So I mean 2022. Sorry, why did I say 2024? 2022. So they're getting rid of stuff to bring more stuff in, bringing in content. It's a very exciting time in these two games that I've mentioned here. The gameplay feels phenomenal. There's not a lot of cheating going on. It's just a whole bunch of sweating people. There is one issue that I do have with it, and the same thing goes for Call of Duty. I guess they're both the same because you have cross-gen enabled with this now, and that's fine. But if you want to play with someone who's not on PC, you know what I mean? Like, it takes so long just to wait in the queue just to get someone to play with who's not on PC because everyone has to have cross-gen on in order to play Trials of Osiris or other activities with their friends and stuff. And to me, that's just a big ass drag. Not to mention, there is another thing that I have an issue with Destiny. On my PS4, PS5, I have it on there. If I were to go play it on my Xbox, which I do have on Xbox, by the way, I have to pay separately for the things that I don't have on PlayStation.
Okay, so cross progression isn't enabled. Although you have cross platform, you don't have cross progression.
You don't have cross progression. So if I were to get it on Steam or something like that, then I would have to pay for the expansion itself on Steam because the game itself now is free. Yeah, but the expansions are the ones that you have to pay for. So I would have to get the expansion, the same expansion that I have on my PlayStation. I have to pay for it on Xbox, and I have to pay for it on PC just to be able to play some of the activities if I need to, which eventually I'm going to buckle down and wind up doing. But right now, I feel like cross progression should be a thing. If you already have it on one system and you have all the systems,
we'll get there. We'll get there. Rocket League has that. I mean, it's kind of cross progression, but like Rocket League has it. A lot of them do. So it is what it is. Keep in mind though, guys, Destiny 2 and its expansions now are on Game Pass. So even if you can't play, is it the Witch Queen? Is that correct?
Well, Witch Queen, which will be dropping February.
Even if you can't play that one, you can still play the others and make your way through, especially if they're going to be sunsetting the one. So fantastic. Dude, awesome. Thank you so much. That's a great follow-up. This looks like some great stuff coming out of both of those. Again, I just want to make sure we can get through everything before a camera dies or something here. We've had enough technical issues, guys. Yep. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown on mine, really. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still playing Borderlands, but I haven't made it through any of the stories yet, so it's hard for me to finish those ones up. Spider-Man, though. So that was one that I was still in the middle of playing at the time that we did the episode. I completed it. I got all the way through the story, able to get it completely done. Not only that, I went through and did all of the tasks, all of the different challenges, or not challenges, but the only thing I haven't done are the menial tasks, like the
the crimes.
Police, the crimes. Those are the only ones that I haven't done. In order to finish it. So, I finished it all up. I thought it was fantastic. I don't know. It definitely left me wanting more, I guess is the best way of putting it. I want more.
Well, good news for you. There's a bunch of really solid DLCs.
There are. So I have a few DLCs that I can get. And then we also have Spider-Man 2 coming out here.
That's coming out.
That was just announced. So it's gonna be awesome, and we
That
have a
looks
lot coming out
so
with it.
wild.
Right?
For that.
And I have Miles Morales to play in the meantime. See? Look at
Yep.
that. Look at that.
We have
Boom.
content.
Content. All right, y'all. The other one that I have, so the reason I bring this one up, so a couple reasons. It's what I play every October. We did a whole thing on it. We've mentioned it a couple times. The Arkham Trilogy. Man, every October, that is what I do. I just go through and play because, and there's one reason and one reason only that I play this in October. Two, kind of. One, I enjoy playing an October themed Batman game on October 30,
True.
or a Halloween themed Batman
game.
game on Halloween. You know, you got it's just there's something to it. But fun fact, especially if you're, I don't know if it works on the PS5. I don't know yet, but on the PS4, if you set your date and time to October 31st, 2015,
Calendar Man.
No. So complete the Man Bat challenges. Set your timer to, or set the date and time on your console to December 31st, 2015, and go back to the GCPD, and you will find that Man Bat has broken out of his cell. And if I recall correctly, it's been a minute since I've actually done this. I mean, almost a year. If I recall correctly, you get to go chase him again. You get one more challenge set with him where you can go get him. So, anyway, there's your fun little Easter egg. And that's why I play every year. That's why I decided to bring it up this time. Nothing too major to it. Just that's what I do every October. I'm also playing Until Dawn, though. So, like, I'm playing some new game. I say new games. I love it. I've played it. It's a new game every time you play it, essentially. Yeah. Like, it really is. So I enjoy it in October. I downloaded The Evil Within. So right now, as much as I want to say that, like, I'm prepping for, like, you know, I'm playing these old games still, I am replaying some games, but, like, yo, I'm prepping for the Halloween episode.
I have a quick announcement when you're done.
We got 2 weeks. Go ahead, Jay. What do you got for us?
Ghost of Tsushima gameplay will be out next week.
Ghost of Tsushima. Are we talking 2 or remake or
the director's cut? I will be getting it next week, and it will be. I'll be live streaming every waking moment of it on my channel.
Love it.
I have my PlayStation camera here set up, and I actually have the PlayStation Eye camera here.
You guys?
So yes, I do. I have it. So you will see it directly through my PlayStation, straight to my YouTube channel. I'll have a link for that.
We'll plug those in a second. I wanted to let you guys know one other thing before we get into our outro here. I did buy one more game. I have it downloaded, and y'all are gonna love me for it.
Let's see.
Well, technically, I got 2. One, I did get Bloodborne, by the way, Doodles.
Ooh.
I got Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition.
I love you, Nate.
And it is downloaded and ready to play. It is on the list as soon as we get past our horror episodes, because I'm prepping for those. It's October, it's spooky season. As soon as we get past our Halloween, because we will have an episode on Halloween. During our spooky episode, after we get through that, I will be jumping into Mass Effect. That will be the next game on my list. So there's my last game updates that I have. So you guys will actually get to hear. I'll actually get to experience it with you guys.
I'm so excited. This is awesome.
Yes.
All right, guys. That's everybody though. Those are great games that we've brought up. Just kind of a recap. Nothing too major. Throw these names back on up here. All right. Now I mentioned we're gonna get a chance to plug. Doodles, I'm gonna start with you today. Doodles, where can our listeners and our viewers find you? What do you have coming up? What do you have going on? Tell us about yourself. Go.
I'm DaDewdlyDoo, and I like to play video games sometimes. And then I talk to my friends once a week about stuff on this great show. It's called Button Mashing. It's a great time. We all have fun, and also stay tuned. You might see some you might see some videos coming out here soon.
Nice. You've
Yeah,
been
if
working with
you
a few
go
other
check
things.
out
That's
Ike Maga, his new short film Ghosted. You'll see me
Ooh.
throw up in a toilet. And yeah, it's a really fun time. It's on YouTube.
There you
Take a
go. I wasn't quite prepared to throw that link up, so I'll have a link for you guys in some form of description. I don't know.
later.
Later.
Maybe next time.
Woo!
I'll see
Check
you next
it.
time.
Check it out. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear you're acting, and you've been putting in a lot of work to a lot of different things. So awesome, dude. I'm really excited to see it. Once I get that link and everything, we'll throw it up so you can check out Doodles and his some of his other stuff going on. Jay,
Yeah.
you as well. You've been putting out some content as well. Jay,
Yes, I have.
go ahead. What do you got for us?
I've been putting out reactions like crazy. I have another reaction I have to put up for what I essentially thought was a new video game for Dragon Ball Z Super or Dragon Ball Super, but it wasn't. It was actually for a movie. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm still gonna put this out here, So
Man,
I do have reactions coming. I gotta try not to laugh challenge coming out again. I have all the stuff that I wrote down here for DC fandom that I'm going to be talking about. I literally have a list that of like 2-3 pages of full of stuff that I want to put into a video, and I'm even going to try to have my cousin on, so you guys can definitely catch me at James Moore, which is it's just my name, right there, right here on YouTube, black and white photo. You'll see me. Hard to miss this face. It's the same face.
Up
so
you as well. We will.
Yes. And plus my Ghost of Tsushima gameplay will definitely be live starting next week.
That's
love
awesome
it.
news, man.
I love it.
Love it. So excited. So excited.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everybody for being here, for joining us, for listening, for we're just here to have some fun, and I hope that everybody else can. If there is anything that you want, if there's a game you want to talk about, if there's something you want brought up on the show, please don't hesitate. Send us a message, comment on our stuff. We definitely want to hear from you guys. This is it's fueled by you guys. Everybody that watches, listens. It's really what drives us. So, Doodles, go ahead.
Real quick, Nate.
Yeah.
I had one more plug I forgot.
Oh, go ahead.
I got Aragon book on tape, and I just started listening to that. So
that's
happening.
I love it. Okay, it is okay. That's a conversation for another time, but please enjoy because it is fantastic, and I would love an HBO Disney something expansion. Anyway, I love it. Good to hear. But yeah. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with this. The show is fueled by you. Please, by all means, comment, like, share. Subscribe, whatever else. I don't know what else how else to put it. I should probably put a real sentence together. Guys, as always, please take care of your mental health, and as always, keep gaming.